Okay, boys and girls, this is the update to the 525 Connect and Cruise in the 87 SS Monte Carlo. This one is on the accelerator pedal. As you can see, we've got it mounted in there. It's looking good. Directions call for 2.5 inches between the gas pedal and the brake pedal, and at least 3/4 of an inch between the hump and the pedal. You can see it makes those measurements. And the other tricky thing is being able to get full throttle without any interference. Wanted to show you that in the car so you'd see what was going on, what it looked like. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take this thing out real quick, if you'll bear with me, and I'll show you how I went about achieving that. Back out of here a little bit. This is the stock accelerator pedal here alongside the new one. If you look as far as the distance with it, when you line up the accelerator pedal, you can see that it pretty much comes in line with this blue hole, this here and this here. So what I tried to do initially was try to mount the accelerator pedal to this hole through here. Yeah, try to mount it from here to here. What happened is it kept running into a bigger hole in the firewall that wouldn't let me mount it. So I'll show you how I went about doing that. Important thing to remember when you do this process though is to mount this hole, and then this hole. In that order. Very important. Let me show you the firewall here. There's a firewall. I've been stripping it down, getting it ready for welding and repairing. You're not going to need this hole anymore. That's a cruise control. You're not going to need this accelerator hole anymore. That's this one that I had put in there. And these are the 3 holes where the original gas pedal mounted, right here. Okay. As you can see, there's that top hole that I showed you on the other bracket. You come up approximately about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch up here, and you drill a hole from the inside through the pedal, and then take a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill through here and mount this bolt to that firewall with a washer. Then the next one you want to do is this one here. Very important that you do this one second. That's the hole that I kept running into. Okay. So you drill that hole and you put that in there and you mount the accelerator pedal to that, and then you can, without any other thing, just the bolt, then you can line up this hole. So that puts them the correct distance apart. Remember, first, second, third. Okay? So how we went about doing that was this. Is you needed a hardware setup that you can get at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever. What you've got is as you can see, you got the bolt, which this is an all thread. As you notice, it's got threads all the way down. Very important that you have that. I didn't know how it was going to work out, but I'm going to tell you how it ended up. This is too long. You need a 2-inch one that's 1/4 by 20 all thread. So you got 2 washers, one on the outside of the firewall, one on the inside of the firewall, and this nut is what holds the bolt to the firewall. Be sure you Loctite this with some red Loctite when you put that in there. If not, you'll be doing it over again. So then you've got this collar here that this is threaded all the way through, and you screw it on. So what you end up with is about, if you look at that distance right there, that's about how much distance you have between this nut and that collar when the pedal is on here. So you got this washer here, which is behind the pedal. You got the pedal laying in here, and then this is what's holding it down. Okay, so what happens is that when you get these bolts in the firewall, they're canted this way or that way or whatever because of the shape of the firewall. So how do you overcome that? This is how you overcome that. Okay, so what you want to do, again, I reiterate, you mount this hole first, attach the pedal to the firewall to your bolt with this coupler on there like that. Okay, and get it mounted. You drill this other hole, take the coupler off, excuse me, just the bolt hole so you can line it up. Drill this hole and this hole. Put all three of those bolts in there. Put this set up together with this coupler on there. Make sure you put the coupler on there first. And then you can use these vice grips, such as channel locks, to grab a hold of this and bend it however you need to fit into these holes. And you can also bend it so that you can achieve that 2.5 inches from the brake pedal to the gas pedal, because that's what they call for, and at least 3/4 of an inch from the hump, from here to the hump. And then with this distance here, that's going to allow you to get your full throw of your accelerator pedal. You're going to be able to push it all the way to the floor without it hitting anything. And I know if you all with me, you're going to want to go wide open. So that pretty much wraps that up. If you have any questions or anything, please, you know, I believe my email address is in there, and you can email me at Lacy, LACYC 7456 at gmail.com. I'd be happy to correspond with you. But some of the things that are to come is this Hydro Boost brake system. This is by Talon Hydraulics. Real fine piece, billet aluminum, specially made at the right angle for the Monte Carlo. This goes right to the brake pedal without any modification. All you got to do is set up your free play. Willwood master cylinder. This is a hardware kit that comes with it. Everything that you need there, and then you've got real nice braided hoses that are plastic covered. And whenever I do this system install, I'm going to give you the lowdown on that. But I want to show you that unit there, very nice. Also, I mounted a power steering reservoir here. And what I'm going to do is I'll show you how I made that bracket and what it took to make that bracket and mount it there in that spot. But the hoses will come from the Hydro Boost from the Firewall right down the fender well and into that, and then it'll come over here to the engine. Just about got this prepped, ready for paint. Want to show that to you. Also, the old motor's out, obviously. There's the 525 setting ready to go in. Whenever I put the oil pan on that, I'll give you a video on that, show you what was up with that. But you want to make sure that you take the intake off, because when you install the motor, you'll bust it up if you don't. The last time I was here with you, I didn't have the differential in. Want to show you that. Got it mounted in along with the fuel system. I know you guys have looked at some of that, but there's the Willwood brakes, 11.5 inch rotors, Elderbrock shocks, global suspension springs. That's the global suspension control arms there. Get down underneath here, see what this looks like. I had it painted, squared it away, and that's pretty much it there. There's the springs, the upper control arms. The rear end's been painted, a little dirty, been sitting around. But that pretty much shows you what's going on with that. I appreciate everybody comments, your subscription. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to do that. That's a little bit more of the rear end there and how I plumbed the brake lines over the hump so that I could get my hoses out to my calipers here. Keep everything off the rear end. Yeah, essentially that's pretty much it. If you like this video, please give me some likes. you like to subscribe, I'm gonna continue to do videos. There's a transmission in the box. There's a door panel that I'm going to use to weld to the firewall. And again, it's the LS3 525 connect and cruise, that whole package. I'll have one on the pulley setup and everything when I do that, but I want to show you guys what was going on. Again, I appreciate you. Hope you have a good evening, and I'll talk to you soon.